I'm Carolyn Marion, and this is A Nose for Lunch.
But
So welcome to part 2 of our adventure and exploration of South Cumberland State Park and its many access points. Thank you so much for watching, and this is one of those videos in which I could really use your help because I'd like to learn a lot more about this very unique wilderness area. I released my first video about this area today, in fact, October 7, 2017, and since I completed the editing process, I've learned even more. A few of you might be asking, why are you going so bananas over this state park? Well, here's why. Our family has property less than 30 minutes from this wilderness area, and no one in my family, even the old-timers, have ever heard of this Tennessee State Park. There's a reason for that. It's new. The scenic areas aren't new, they're kind of old, but the park organization itself is new. But before we get into all of that, I'd like to give a shout out to Bruce Warval for adding some information in the comments on our last video. Bruce has hiked a few of the trails in this area, and I'm hoping that in the near future, Bruce will be a guest on Nose for Life and teach us a few things. And speaking of Facebook, please join our Facebook page, which is at Bill Marion Life. Again, that's at Bill Marion Life. Get involved, post pictures. You know, if you are out hiking or doing your thing, see something amazing and you're living life, which is what this channel is all about, feel free to post pictures on there. Unless they're crazy, we keep just about every picture on there unless they're just absolutely nuts or something where like embarrass my mama. If you have any pictures at all that you want to post on there, any comments, try to keep them positive, but if it's a critique, that's fine with me. Say, Bill, your videos need work, you need to do something better. Hey, I can handle that, I'm tough skinned. Just don't hurt my feelings too bad because then I'll cry or something. But seriously, join us on our Facebook page at Bill Marion Life. Right now, Carol and I are heading on 111 Highway, crossing over into the beautiful, breathtaking Sequatchie County, and we're about to head up to Cagle Mountain. And if you remember from the last video, if you watched it, once you get on Cagle Mountain, you turn off of 399, which is also Highway 8. In that last video, I think I got a few of the highways there confused. But really, these days, you just pick up your cell phone, you dial this stuff in, and it'll take you right there. Last video where you see me dive into the water, that was cold.
But this water is freezing. And I don't mean that kind of freezing where, you know, it's hot outside and the water just feels cold and you'll get used to it. Oh, no. This water is cold. Now, on a different note, I did bring a change of clothes in the event something like this happened. But I didn't bring a place to change clothes, and since we've been here, a few other couples have come in, and it's probably not a good idea to change clothes. That means I'm gonna have to walk through the woods wet for a little while. Probably not the best plans in the world. So Carol and I are here at the beginning of Stone Door Trail. I keep wanting to call it Stone Wall Trail, I'm not sure, but it's Stone Door Trail. Now this is a pretty popular trail to go on. It's very nice, especially this opening part here. It has blacktop at the beginning of this trail. But again, this is all a part of this huge complex and network of trails that are part of the South Cumberland State Park. And again, I feel like I'm the last person to know there are several miles, 55 miles total of trails through here, and it's right in the middle of the wilderness. It's absolutely gorgeous, and if you live in this area within this region, or even beyond this region, this is a great place to come from if you're a hiking enthusiast, if you're a primitive camping enthusiast. That word primitive camping is thrown around differently. Let me explain. In some places, primitive camping means basically you can set up a tent, but no ring pit or for a fire, nothing like that, no type of bathroom. But in this area, from what I understand, a lot of the primitive camping places, they do have some type of facilities to use the bathroom, and they also have a place where you can set up a fire to cook out or whatever after a long hike. Of course, it'd be really hard to get your cooler with your steak and your hamburgers out there. It might be a little difficult for some people. But there's all kinds of places like that. That's what is so intriguing and amazing to me about this area that I'm just now finding out about, is that there's so many places to hike and swim and camp.
So we're on the Stone Door Trail. It says it's a 1 mile hike, or one way. It's asphalt, so it looks like it's gonna be fairly easy, but it does say climb at your own risk, so we'll just see how rough the terrain is or how easy it is.
So here we are at Stone Door at South Cumberland State Park. And this is just an amazing place. It's funny how people can live in Tennessee their whole life and not know that places like this exist. Now, for those of you who are in the region, let me just give you a little bit of a description about what we're looking at right now. It reminds you a lot of Prentice Cooper. And if you want to, I'll put that in the links below as far as what Prentice Cooper is, in case you're not familiar with Prentice Cooper. A lot of the same rock formations, a lot of the same ledges. Now here at Stone Door, there's also another trail that almost looks like the Star Wars movie when they're attacking the Death Star. We're going to show you that in just a second here, but the views here are absolutely amazing. As you can tell from the audio, the wind is extremely high right now up here on this point. And you're not, as far as sea level is concerned, you're not at a really high elevation right now, but what you're seeing below you right now is really a giant sinkhole, if you will, or depression that goes down several hundred feet. So it is very dangerous up here, but it makes the look-offs absolutely gorgeous. Again, this is a part of the Savage Savage Natural Reserve, and that name just kills me. Every time I say Savage, I'm like, Savage, where did they get that name? Well, actually, it's a family name. So the people that lived here at one point were called the Savages. There are at least, they say, 500 acres of virgin timber up here. We've seen a few trees that are at least 200 or 300 years old, which is absolutely gorgeous. The woods up here are very cleaned out. There's a lot of traffic in here. Now, if you're a serious hiker, this is a good place to hike with your family. If you're trying to get young kids to learn to hike, or you're trying to get somebody else involved with hiking and you don't want to kill them on their first trip. That being said, because it does have easy access, it's kind of crowded up here on the weekends. You'll see a lot of people, and a lot of hikers, they like the idea of being, alone in the woods and kind of enjoying nature themselves. This may not be that place for you because there is a lot of traffic in here. Half of the trail down here was asphalt, and then it got sort of natural but very improved. But still, the scenery up here is absolutely amazing. It's worth your time. If you live in Tennessee and you don't know about this is one of those bucket list kind of places that a Tennessee person should check out. Or if you're from Alabama, anywhere around this region, you need to come check this place out. There are picnic facilities. There are places that you can camp. There's a lot of good stuff here. And again, this is just one of many access points to South Cumberland, Tennessee State Park. Before we go any further though, let me just say, if you're a subscriber, welcome back. I'm so glad that you've given me about 2 or 3 weeks off from making videos, but we're back in action making 2 or 3 videos a week just for you. And as the wind blows here on this mountaintop, I just want to say, if you're new to A Nose for Life, welcome. And I hope that you'll subscribe and stick around and watch some of our other videos. Don't forget to join us on Facebook at Bill Marion Life. And of course, follow us and get involved on Twitter at Bill and Carolyn. I hope you'll click the like button on this video, and of course, share this video on your favorite social media website. So the look off on the ridgeline, those are beautiful. They're great for anybody. They're beautiful. But let's just face it, if you live in this region, we have a lot of mountains. We're surrounded by mountains, so look offs are kind of common. But where we're about to go, well, this is pretty unique. Check it out. But as I'm looking down these 2 walls, I keep wanting to say, stay on target. You're too close, you're too close. Stay on target. Hey, if you get that reference, put it in the comments below. And this is right here in the state of Tennessee that you can see amazing things like this. This goes on for hundreds of feet. You don't want to miss out on these things, especially if you live within the area. But I'm always talking about people visiting certain areas in Tennessee if they live in the region. But the truth is if you live in California, Nebraska, wherever that you might be watching this, maybe even another country. I know we have a lot of viewers in Germany. Listen, this is a great place to visit for the sake of visiting. This whole region, southeastern Tennessee, middle South Tennessee, in northeastern Tennessee for that matter, the entire state of Tennessee is a great place to visit. But this is one of those unique places that, well, it's kind of something gorgeous and beautiful all unto itself. They say that Native Americans used these passageways to kind of get around the cliffs. I'm sure they did, and that's pretty amazing. This whole network of, I said caves, but it's 2 big walls here of rock, and it's pretty amazing. It's kind of scary walking down it. You got to be kind of careful. But honestly, the Stone Door, as far as what has made it amazing for me and kind of stands out among other places, is probably, the reason why people come here is the stone door. And it's pretty cool. If you can see behind me, I'm sure the camera isn't doing us justice, but that's several hundred feet down there. And of course, the state park has done a great job at making like a walkway through here. I don't think these rocks arrange themselves to where they're into stairs, but they've made it to where you can navigate through here, but you still have to be very careful. If you have small kids, you know, this would be something that they need to be a little bigger probably to navigate, but it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, safety break. Carol and I have reached the end of this particular portion of the trail, which is going to the stone door. We found another trail, but it's late in the day. So this is just a reminder, something you've probably seen me say in other videos. Since this is unfamiliar territory, we've got a full ruck. In other words, we have our water, we have our protein source, we have insect repellent, and so on. We're gonna go ahead and set a timer because we know we only have so much daylight left and we don't wanna go too far to where we're traveling at night on the way back. So this is just a reminder, anytime you kind of deviate from your plan, set a timer and let yourself know how long you've been going a certain direction.
We just climbed down off the bluffs and now we're in this amazing like rock garden quarry something.
So Carol and I just finished up our stone door hike. You know, when we started this hike, I even said it earlier in the video, oh, this hike is an easy one. Well, we took a little bit of a detour and well, yeah, it wore us both out and there was no place to jump in the water this time, so we're pretty exhausted, but it was an amazing hike. Look, this is a great place to bring your family. This is a great place for picnics. And guys, it's right here in South Middle Tennessee, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say about your experiences here or anywhere in South Cumberland State Park. It's a pretty amazing place, and I'm glad that you joined us on this video. Watch some of our other videos if you get time. I'm Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life. One of my favorite things to do is to lean over a ledge like this, safely of course, with 90% of my body on the cliffside, but then to look all the way down as far as I can see. And I'm going to show you that view if I can.